Wisdom Wednesday. Thank you so much for tuning in and for choosing to spend some of your time with me. It's your girl, Milagros here. And today we are going to talk about a little tip that I'm going to give you because during the month of June, we are focusing on deciding. We're just getting crystal clear about who we want to be, how we want to live, and the things that we want to do. And then we're just making those decisions. We're not saying, here's the decision, and then here's every single step that I have to do to follow. That feels stressful. And we're done with that. We've surrendered that, right? Instead, we make the decision and then we allow ourselves to trust the process and to be open to the fact that when we make a decision and we start to get clear about what we want, resources, people, ideas, and things start coming into our lives to help us make that real. Whatever the decision is, you have to decide what you want and why you want it, and then your life will start to lay itself out to move in that direction, right? But we have to get clear about what it is. I recommend that you write it down like a declarative statement, date it, and then hold on to that bad boy. Review it continuously, and even when you feel yourself feeling doubt, which will happen because you're human, or when you feel yourself being pulled in the negative, you pull that back out and you go, no, I'm going here to my decision because I have decided. Thank you to the ladies who have been emailing about the decisions that they've been making. It's so amazing. Thank you so much. I read these and it gives me goosebumps. One of them made me cry because it's just so beautiful. You're getting to this place where you're fully owning every aspect of your life and you're saying, no, I deserve happiness. I'm going to decide to be happy from this day forward. I'm going to decide. One woman said she just decided she was done with her job and she quit her job and it's been working out beautifully. And then she's like, you know what? I've decided I want a part-time job. And then she didn't even have to apply. This place that she applied to months ago suddenly reached out. And you know what? When you allow yourself to be open, the components of everything around you will line itself up accordingly. But it's not going to beat down your door, right? Like you have to be willing to make that decision and open up the door. So thank you ladies for sending in your emails. I really appreciate them. So this week, the 17-second rule is what I'm going to give you. And the 17-second rule is not just some like, woohoo, magical thing. It's scientifically proven. And here's what it is essentially. I'm going to give you the short of it. Your human brain, this amazing machine that it is, when you think a thought, no matter if that thought is negative or positive, when you think a thought and you hold on to that thought for 17 seconds, your brilliant brain will either start associating other stories to that thought, or start giving you all the reasons to justify that thought. You know what I'm talking about too, because you know that there have been a time that you were mad at somebody and you said, here's why I'm mad at them, and you go there and then your brain goes, oh yeah, and remember this, and remember this, and remember this, and it gives you all the, and then, 40 minutes go by and you're still making a list of why you're mad at that person, right? Then that same person, a couple of days go by, you made up, everything is all warm and fuzzy, and you said, oh my gosh, I love that person so much, I can't remember why I was mad, and your brain goes, here's why you love him, here's why you love him, here's why you, right? You know what I'm talking about, you do, because this is our brilliant brain, and we can use this to our advantage. So, when you have a negative thought, and you know that you're about to ride that train for more than 17 seconds, we have to start being aware, like really watching and paying attention to our thoughts. Start being aware of our thoughts. So when a negative thought pops up, you can acknowledge it and say, I see you, but I'm not getting on this train. Because if I give you 17 seconds, we're going to go there. It's a one-way ticket to crazy town. And I'm not going there today. So instead, I'm going to back away from this. And I'm going to turn over here and I'm going to either distract myself, I'm going to soften it, I'm going to think about something different, and I'm going to go to a more positive thought. Because then when I go there for 17 seconds, my brain will do what it does. It starts attaching stories and associations and reasons to justify that thought. And then you can just reside in that. And what's so beautiful about this is that when the brain does that, when it thinks about more positive, more happy things, it releases serotonin and dopamine, which are the happy hormones. So it's not just good for your mental health, it's literally good for your entire being, mind, body, and soul, right? The flip is also true. So if we sit in those negative thoughts, the dopamine and serotonin decrease and cortisol, which is the stress hormone, increases. That's not where we want to go. You're more susceptible to illness. You're more susceptible to sadness and depression. You're more susceptible to those things. So we can, by paying attention to our thoughts, decide, I'm going to start paying more attention to my thoughts. I do declare that for the next 7 days, I will pay more attention, not just for the next 7 days, right? But I will pay more attention to my thoughts. And when a negative thought arises, I'm not going to give it that much room. Now, rest assured that if a negative thought arises and you go there and you jump on that train, you can jump off of that train. But if you try to jump off a moving train, you know you're going to get hurt. So you could either wait for the next stop, which means you take a nap or you go to bed that night and then you just decide when you go to bed, okay, I'm done with the energy that I've given that thought. Or you could legit jump off the moving train. The shift is a little more harsh, and sometimes when we try to shift from a thought that we've had and we've been writing that thought for a long time and all of a sudden I'm supposed to be like, oh, now I'm happy. It doesn't feel as natural, but it is possible. And then you really have to go into that positive thought and allow yourself to really go there in order to physically and mentally and feel the shift happen, right? Now, the fastest way to do that in terms of the shift is with gratitude lists. This is so simple that people don't do it. And I'm not just saying like, oh, think about reasons why you're grateful. No, you have to stop what you're doing and write a list. Because when you are forcing yourself to put it on paper, there's not so much convoluted thought happening, and then 17 seconds of writing things that you're grateful for, your brain will go, oh, you know what else? Oh, you know what else? Oh, you know who else? Oh, you remember this experience? Oh, you remember this thing? Remember that scarf? Remember that thing? And the next thing you know, you're riding that train, serotonin, dopamine go up, cortisol go down. You feel like better, right? You feel yourself go, I have people write gratitude lists for about 2 minutes because it's about 68 seconds that it tips the scales really. And then you could literally see people go like that. And they just kind of relax. And all you did was write a list of the reasons why you're grateful. Things that make your life easier. Things that make you smile. Little things like chapstick. Big things like a dishwasher. Little things like, I don't know, grass. Big things like the beauty of trees and what it does for our earth. And so on and so forth. So it doesn't take a lot. This is actually a very simple thing. We just have to be willing to intentionally do the work. So that's what I have for you. 17 seconds of magic. 17 seconds. Use that to your advantage, knowing you could either jump on that train or not. You could jump off, or just before you even step your foot on the train, like, you know what? I'm going to refund this ticket because it's refundable. You could do an exchange and you go back and you punch your ticket for a different train to Positiveville or whatever we want to call it. So anyways, that's what I have for you. Just decide that you deserve to be happy. Just decide that you deserve to be more positive. And then you'll see that you'll start to focus on those things, and then you start to find more of those things because your brain structure will actually start to change, and you'll start looking for the wonderful, magical moments in the little things and in the big things. And that's super sparkly everything life, right? That's all I have for you. I hope you have a great rest of your week, a fantastic weekend, and I will see you next week. Super sparkly everything. Peace. 17 seconds.